Now presenting the case of Dartmouth versus Woodward, 17 U.S. S18 1819.
Thank you. The presenters may now give their opening statements.
Good evening, Your Honor. Today I will be presenting Dartmouth University in hopes of illustrating the toxicity the state of New Hampshire has inflicted on both the university and the Constitution.
I will show you why the petitioner has absolutely no reason to argue, as he is going against this country in its entirety by supporting a charter imposed by King George III, the ruthless tyrant who put this nation in shackles.
Okay, the petitioner may now present his arguments.
Thank you, Your Honor. To begin, it must be brought up to your attention that sure, King George granted the charter to Dartmouth to be a private institution prior to the formation of the United States.
So, why should we allow you to keep it?
Well, precisely. Because the state government does not have the right to even the power granted by the Constitution to repeal corporate contracts or charters. The state of New Hampshire has committed an unconstitutional act.
Absolutely not. Your Honor, the state of New Hampshire has not acted unconstitutionally. It has defended the principles that built this nation. The charter was granted before this country was formed, signifying that New Hampshire has the right to revoke Dartmouth's charter. And because the state is supported by the majority of the people, the state has the power to revoke this private charter. And here's my evidence, Your Honor.
Thank you. It seems as if this is a question of how the contract clause of the Constitution is applied to private entities.
Obviously, the Constitution is on our side. American-made or not, the charter still stands. Your Honor, today I provide you with my evidence as well to my side of this argument. Here you go.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the people need this opportunity. Expanding education should be our major goal, as it provides prosperity for the people, and that is exactly what the people of New Hampshire need.
Okay, I will discuss this issue in committee and identify the decision with my other judges. My fellow judges, what's your take on this case?
Well, I agree with the respondent that we need to repeal this charter because the United States needs to increase its education by making Dartmouth public.
Now, Judge, I must side with the petitioner. The charter was brought up before the creation of the Constitution. Therefore, by allowing the Constitution to overpower these kinds of documents, we are creating a precedent that we are not ready for.
Well, I'm going to need some further review on this case. I still have some questions about the case. Petitioner, what will the impact be on business?
Thank you, Your Honor. As the debate stands today, we are focusing on education. But if we focus our attention on what could occur in the economic spectrum, we see that businesses, if this president stands and we maintain Dartmouth as a private institution, businesses will no longer have to fear the threatening power of having their charters and contracts revoked.
Your Honor, these arguments are clearly not true. If we ensure that this charter is revoked today and make Dartmouth a public institution, then the federal government is going to be in the right. And even further, it's not going to impact businesses in any type of negative way.
Well, what will this mean for the future of the Constitution?
Maintaining it as it is now shows that we have a strong Constitution that we will follow upon and that we don't need to change it anytime soon.
It means absolutely nothing. It shows that the federal government is always going to be right in the decisions it makes. So the Constitution isn't going to be hurt if we ensure that this institution is kept public.
Thank you. Please present your closing statements.
Your Honor, what needs to be focused on today is that maintaining a private university will not only maintain prestigious students in this college, but it will impact our economy greatly in the future. With more businesses having confidence within their companies, not worrying about having revoked charters, more businesses are less reluctant to grow, creating more economic possibilities, prosperities, and revenues.
Your Honor, this federal government needs to do what's right. We need to expand education in New Hampshire and ensure that it always makes the right moral decisions when we question things such as our Constitution. Thus, today I urge you to ensure that we make Dartmouth a public institution once and for all.
Thank you. The decision has been made. The Supreme Court rules to uphold the Constitution as it illustrates the strength of the federal government and will lead to greater economic growth in our nation. Case adjourned.